Hello, I'm Courtney Searwalt, Indiana 4-H Animal Science Extension Specialist. Thank you for joining me today. Today we'll be discussing how to take a DNA hair sample from your 4-H sheep and 4-H meat goat projects. As a reminder, in order to be eligible for the 4-H sheep and 4-H meat goat shows at the Indiana State Fair, you must have a DNA hair sample submitted to your local extension office by the animal identification deadline for 4-H of June 1st. This includes market lambs, registered ewes, and commercial ewes. And in the meat goat section, it includes meat goat wethers, wether dams, and registered boar does. Before we begin, I would like to just point out that we are doing this video using a lamb. However, the concepts can and should be used when you are taking samples from your meat goat projects. Without further ado, let's get started. Before you begin, you need to gather up all of your necessary supplies. Those supplies include a brush, disinfectant wipes, pliers, and your DNA hair sample envelopes. As a reminder, you will need a DNA hair sample envelope for all 4-H sheep and 4-H meat goats that you plan to exhibit at the Indiana State Fair. Those envelopes can be picked up from your local Purdue Extension office. Lastly, please make sure you have someone to help restrain the animal as you take the sample. We want to talk collection areas before we get started. For sheep, it's recommended that the site is on the tuft of the hair on the leg on the animal between the toes. No wool will be accepted. It also seems that the longer the hair, the more likely you are to get the proper follicles. For goats, it's recommended again that to use the tuft of the hair on the leg of the animal in between the toe. Hair may also be collected on goats from other areas of longer hair, including over the withers, chest, rump, tail, fetlock, or poll of your 4-H meat goat. Please make sure you're comfortable with wherever you are collecting the sample from. Sanitation is an important part of the process. Before you begin, please thoroughly wash your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. After you've washed your hands, please take your pliers and your brush and clean them with the sanitation wipes. Washing your hands and cleaning your supplies should be a step repeated between any sample you are collecting during this process. Having someone assist you in taking the sample by helping you properly and safely restrain the animal is a very important part of the process. Before you begin, make sure you have identified that individual. As we begin, clean the hair collection area to remove dirt and other contaminants. Make sure the area is dry before collecting hair. Do not submit wool, as this will not be accepted. As you can see, we are using the leg of the animal, and we are going to be pulling the tuft of the hair on the leg in between the animal's toes. Again, this is applicable for all sheep and meat goats. As we take the sample, use bent nose, long nose, or needle nose pliers. Do not cut or clip the hair from the animal, as you will not get the proper roots that must be present for DNA analysis. When you take the sample, pull the hair directly away from the animal, not at an angle. This will allow the follicle to come out with the hair. The pulling process may take up to 5 pulls to pull the necessary amount of hairs, which is a minimum of 40 hairs. Once you have the sample, it's important to place the sample directly into the collection envelope and complete the appropriate information on the front of the envelope. Avoid touching the hairs and using plastic bags. The sealed collection envelopes with the information completed on the front of the envelope should be turned into the County Extension Office at the same time as the Animal ID deadline in Indiana 4-H Online, which is June 1st. Please refer to your local county extension office for more information regarding county-specific deadlines and requirements. In summary, collection envelopes are available from your county extension office. Remember that completed collection envelopes are due to your county extension office by the 4-H animal identification deadline of June 1st. This is a requirement for all 4-H sheep and 4-H meat goat projects you are planning to exhibit at the Indiana State Fair. As you're taking the sample, please remember to pull the hair. Do not cut or clip. Wool is not accepted for sheep. Please remember to check all the follicles. You will need approximately 40 hairs to submit a proper sample. Co-enrolled animals with siblings only require one sample to be submitted to your local extension office. Please make sure that you put all siblings' names on the envelope of the co-enrolled animals. For more information or questions, feel free to reach me with the contact information located here. For Purdue Extension, I'm Courtney Steerwalt. Best of luck with all of your 4-H projects.